Rooted in history and tradition, enchanted by charm and natural beauty, Santa Barbara has a unique foundation for a thriving community in today's ever-changing world. Like a cool wind swirling through Stearns Wharf, change is upon us. As advances in science, energy, agriculture and medicine are pulling our community and our nation into the future. With the creation of Santa Barbara Municipal Code 28.80, the city has embraced the advancement of science and alternative healthcare through the legalization of medical cannabis.
We've known since 1974 that in experimental conditions with tissue culture and with small animals, that cannabis is an anti-cancer, anti-proliferative drug.
I think that one of the saddest things that I've seen is that people that really have a medical need have not been able to have safe access.
Legalizing the use of cannabis to treat patients who need its healing properties is not only the humane thing to do, but it will also help to unlock the door to a future of new treatments for cancer and other afflictions. So therefore, on behalf of the future dispensary patients of Santa Barbara, we wish to donate this educational video to the city as a public service. Hopefully this video will help the community and our neighbours who have questions about cannabis dispensaries and the laws pertaining to them. So why did we do this? Well, since we made a promise to develop educational outreach programs for the community, we thought, what better place to begin than sharing the facts of SB 28.80 while dispelling its myths. Oh yes, and one more thing, we also wanted to say,
thank you, Santa Barbara.
Thank you, Santa Barbara.
Thanks, Santa Barbara.
For having courage and the foresight to protect our patients' rights. So, we got a bus, developed these flyers, and hit the streets. We walked the neighbourhoods, talked with our neighbours, and lent an ear. And this is what we found.
I sell real estate here, and I've actually had 2 clients of mine that have had really bad cancer, and it has really helped them, their ailments and their pains. I was really glad to see that Santa Barbara is opening a dispensary.
Great idea. More dispensaries the better, especially for the CBD medicines that are coming out. I had a brother-in-law we lost to cancer in Ireland, and we should have actually come here to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have a holistic alternative.
Hello, I am Professor Van Hoot, and today we shall review SBMC 28.80. Let's recap history, shall we? The ordinance was born as a set of regulations imposed by the city for medical cannabis storefront dispensaries. The vote passed by majority. In November 2010, Measure T showed up on the ballot, attempting to ban storefront dispensaries. 61% of the voters said no, we do not wish to ban dispensaries. This lasted, of course, until the closings of all Santa Barbara dispensaries in 2012.
I'm the community liaison for Americans for Safe Access, and by not having an ordinance in place in Santa Barbara for the last couple of years, patients have been only able to access it through a couple different dispensaries in Goleta.
My name is Annette Russell, and I was born and raised here. I come from a big local family. My mother's a retired sheriff. Santa Barbara is a big medical town, a lot of cancer patients, and it's definitely needed.
Now let's finish the history to solve the mystery. In late 2014, the medical marijuana dispensary regulations were revised as part of a major city planning effort. In the early part of the following year, the U.S. Attorney General changed the federal property foreclosure laws. As a result, the first dispensary permit under the revised ordinance was approved for Upper State Street on August 17, 2015.
The citizens of the city of Santa Barbara have been very clear about their support for dispensaries, and I'm delighted that the City Council is following the will of the voters.
Now that we know the history, how does SB 28.80 affect our community? There can be only 3 dispensaries in the city, and they must be located in these 5 zoning areas. Dispensaries cannot exist in buildings with residents. You must live in Santa Barbara County to be a patient, and there is a 24-hour waiting period to join a dispensary. All records of dispensary can be inspected, and police will review annually. No shenanigans will be tolerated, as 2 security guards will patrol the dispensary and surrounding areas during business hours.
Well, I think it's great that the people that live in Santa Barbara don't have to drive to Los Angeles or drive, a long drive now to go get their medication. They can just get it right here in their backyard.
There's a lot more knowledge, and I'm also pleased to see at the federal level that there's a lot more research being done, right? A lot of the stuff that has been done to, kind of demonize marijuana has been done without research. It's just off of rhetoric. The fact that we have some research starting to come into play and we can start to actually see the benefits of it. PTSD is one thing. All the multitudes of individuals in prison or, what I would argue is self-treatment of PTSD that goes undiagnosed.
There are people who don't know the difference between the THC and the CBD, and they think it's all the same. More and more people that I talk to understand it, and I just learned about it, the difference just a couple of years ago myself.
Once the revised laws were set into place, city planning began accepting applications from individual residents. During this process, nearly 2 years were spent with the applicants. And as a result, a new way to operate dispensaries was discovered. Now, each dispensary has agreed to provide the community with the following services: education workshops, cooking classes, one-on-one and group consultation sessions, charitable donations, donations to community programs and events, concert events, neighborhood security, meditation and yoga classes.
Many years and a lot of hard work has gone into creating SB 28.80. In doing so, Santa Barbara has upheld its traditions while holding the new dispensary applicants to the highest standards. And for this, we say again,
Thank you, Santa Barbara. Thank you, Santa Barbara, for 28.80.
Thank you, Santa Barbara.
Thank you, Santa Barbara.
Thank you, Santa Barbara, for 28.80.
Thank you for passing SB 28.80.
Thank you, Santa Barbara, from the bottom of my heart for passing SB 28.80.
Thank you, Santa Barbara.
Say thank you, Santa Barbara!
Thank you, Santa Barbara.
For more information, please visit the city website